Hello, Fondren Presbyterian. I'm coming to you through this video message just to say hello and to check in with you and tell you that I miss you and I'm praying for you. I hope that you are doing well and taking care of yourselves and one another. Wanted to let you know where we are as a congregation as we're living into this strange season that we all share right now, and to tell you how things are going to work going forward for a little while. To begin with, we are going to stay in our current situation for a few more weeks, where we are not worshiping in person at church and we are not gathering for fellowship and Sunday school and things like that. We're doing all of this because it is the best advice from the CDC and from medical officials who are telling us that staying apart right now is what we can all do to help, as they say, flatten the curve and help stop the spread of this virus and keep from overwhelming our healthcare system. It's hard to do, though. It's hard to not be together in a season like this. If there was ever a time we want to be together as the church, it's in this moment. So I'd also like to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing to help keep us connected. The first thing is you will have noticed a flurry of e-news emails. We are trying not to jam everybody's inbox, but that is in many ways the most efficient way for us to get news to the congregation. So be on the lookout for more email communication from the church during the week. In addition to the Tuesday e-news, special messages will be coming about worship and other opportunities to connect with one another. This Sunday, we will begin worshiping as a virtual community online. We've been exploring different ways of doing that. There are a number of different platforms that different congregations are using. What's going to be best for us so that most of our people are going to be able to engage with worship is that we have started a Fondren Presbyterian YouTube channel. Believe it or not, we have our own channel now. And starting this Sunday, we will be uploading video of worship to that YouTube channel. The way you'll be able to join us is by either going to the church website and clicking on a link there that will take you directly to the video of worship, or you can click on the link that'll be sent in a special e-news for each week. The reason we are doing it this way is because streaming video on Facebook only reaches people on Facebook, and other technologies only reach people who are comfortable with those technologies. We want to make sure that everyone who wants to worship with us can. So starting this week, we will begin videoing worship, and you will have a chance to join us virtually from home. The other advantage is you'll be able to join that worship at times other than just 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. So if you would like to join in the afternoon or in the evening or even on Tuesday or Wednesday that week, you'll be able to. We'll also begin doing more fellowship through video. Last Wednesday night, we had a virtual Wednesdays together, and about 26 of us gathered through a Zoom video call. Zoom is a technology that lets you call in from your phone or your iPad or your Kindle or your laptop, lots of different ways to engage in conversation in real time with one another. I won't speak for anybody else, but I came off of that Zoom time so energized because I got to see everyone's faces. I've been thinking about you all, but I haven't seen you. And it was so nice to see everyone and hear everyone's voice and hear how everyone is doing. So every Wednesday night, while we are in this remote situation from one another, we will have a virtual Wednesdays together. Everyone will get the information on Zoom to be able to join us for that. If you're not familiar with Zoom, email me and I will send you a cheat sheet how to log into it. Or you can contact your pastoral care group leaders. They all have copies of those cheat sheets as well. We want to make sure everyone that wants to join us can join us. The presbytery is meeting this week as a cabinet. The 9 of us who serve on the Presbytery cabinet will be meeting by conference call on Wednesday to issue guidance to our churches about what to do in the coming weeks. As you know, our governor has issued an executive order encouraging no groups larger than 10 to gather before the 17th of April. That means for the next 3 Sundays at least, we will remain in this situation. The reality, though, is that we may be in this for longer. We will continue to stay as a remote virtual community as long as it is necessary to be careful and to protect our members and friends. We would rather stay remote for an extra week than get together 1 minute too soon. Every member of our church, every visitor to our church, every friend of our church is important to us, and keeping everyone safe is the top of our priority list. As you know, we've been given a lot of advice about how to live right now. Things like not shaking hands, washing our hands frequently, not leaving the house unless you really need to. All of those things are contributing to helping to keep our community safer. We're all very anxious about what's going on, and let's be honest, we're all a little scared right now. We're scared for our family, for our friends, and for ourselves. And these steps that we're giving advice to take are steps that protect our family and our friends. But they're also steps that protect people we'll never meet. All of us working together in the community will hopefully allow us to come back together sooner. Your session met last week in a virtual conference call on Zoom. Your worship committee has also met that way, and other committees and ministries of the church will be able to do that as well. But the Zoom account is not just for the business of the church. It's also to help us stay connected as a community of faith. If you would like to set up a Zoom call so you can have a video chat with a group of people, perhaps your Dinners for 8 group that can't meet right now, let me know and we will set that up for you. We want everyone to find every chance we can to stay connected to one another. These are anxious times, and a few pieces of advice that I received from a good friend who's a pastoral counselor are ones that I've taken to heart, and I hope you will as well. It's advice to help us navigate this difficult time. The first piece of advice she gave me is breathe. Take some deep breaths every day. And while you're breathing in, breathe in the peace of God's Spirit and breathe out some of that anxiety we're all holding inside. The second piece of advice she gave me was get fresh air. Every day, go outside for a minute. Take a walk if you can. If you're not able to take a walk, stand on the front porch or the back porch just for a few minutes. Get some fresh air. See the world. Remind yourself that God's creation is still abundant and beautiful surrounding us. The third thing she said is stay in touch. The downside of all of these things we're doing to try to protect ourselves and one another is it makes us feel isolated. It makes us feel so distant from one another. So every day, she said, reach out to someone you love and care about. Give them a call, drop them an email, do something to connect with another person. I think that's a great way for us as a congregation to stay connected to one another. Just pull out your directory, flip to a page and pick a name and give that person a call. Just let them know you miss them and that you're thinking about them. And finally, this other piece of advice is one that I share with you, and I know that most of you are already doing right now. Pray. Pray for our church, our community, and our world. Pray for peace and calm. Pray for each and every one of us to come through this safely. As we go into the next few weeks, we're going to continue to find ways to connect with one another. But I hope that you will make that a two-way street. If at any time there is anything that you need, please reach out to the church. We have a number of people who have volunteered to run errands. If you are part of one of the vulnerable populations because of age or illness, I hope that you will continue to stay home and protect yourself and reach out to the church and let us be there for you. If you need anything, please call. You can call me anytime. I have my cell phone with me day and night. Even if you just need to visit with someone, please reach out. Give me a call. Give someone in the church a call. And know that you are not by yourself. Finally, a number of you have asked how we might contribute to helping out in our community. This is still an unfolding situation, and day to day we learn more about what is being asked of us and what is happening in our community. At this point, the number one thing we are able to do is continue the ministries of the church, both the ministries of compassion that we offer with our hands and our hearts, and also the ministry of support that we give through our church benevolence. The way we can continue to do that is with the continued support of our families and our friends. We are all living in uncertain times, and that is not just an uncertain time with our health in the face of this virus. We also live in uncertain economic times. We trust each and every family in the church to make the best decision for you. In your support for the church, I hope you will consider continuing your giving during our time apart. If you find yourself in a situation where you cannot give as you expected to, we understand. We don't want giving to be a burden. But we do want to remind everyone in the church that it is through your support and your generosity that we are able to be the hands and the heart of Christ in Jackson. Over the coming days, you will get information about how we can offer some hands-on help at Stewpot and at the Stewpot Food Pantry. As we learn of more opportunities, we will pass those along as well. For now, stay well, love one another, continue to trust in God to see us through this time, and don't forget, wash your hands. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon.